Hey everybody. It has been a minute. It has been a minute, but we're back. And this is GRWC, Rekindling the Fire Marriage Ministry. And we are grateful this evening. How about this? What are we going to be talking about today?
Difficulties in marriage.
Difficulties in marriage. I don't know how long y'all been married. So far, we've been married, 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
And there has been some ups. There has been some downs. I'm quite sure any marriage has been going through those same things. But I've spoken scripture is going to be on Ephesians, 4th chapter, the 31 verse through 32. And it says, get rid of all bitterness, age, anger, harsh words, and slander, as well as all types of behavior. Instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. I know God has forgiven me.
Yes.
How about you?
Are
you gonna forgive me if I did something wrong?
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Think about it. Hey, you see that word? You see that word? I'm glad y'all joined us on this evening. As I am Pastor Lamar, and this is my wife, Minister Jessica. Yes, and we're going to talk about some couple of things. Maybe 7 parts. It's not everything, but definitely it's something to talk about when you're dealing with difficulties in marriage. One of those big old things that we discuss is lack of communication. You know, we talk a lot. We talk to our friends. We talk to people outside. But when it comes to a marriage, it is important. What is it talking about on lack of communication?
It's important, just to try to fix the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like by talking, just to your spouse about it. Instead of going to someone who you're close with, but just talk directly.
Yeah.
To your spouse about that issue. But I think sometimes talking can also be an issue for some couples because that could be something that runs in their family. Like some family don't talk, you know what I mean? So it really depends on how you were raised, how you were brought up. Because sometimes that can be a challenge too.
Yeah.
Because we were all raised in a different household. So sometimes that could probably be a challenge,
right,
due to that. And then some parents like to speak for their children, you know what I mean? So their child might not have that voice, even now, being grown, they might not have found it, their voice.
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean?
And one of those things that couples do, and for the lack of communication, they push the problems aside. Y'all don't talk about it. So you ever been in a conversation with your spouse and it was something that happened last week, 2 weeks ago, and they finally bring it to you, and it's like, okay, why do you bring it to me back then when it was a problem, and you went to sleep on it? You went to sleep, and it's like, okay, now how are we going to fix this? Or just pushing it along aside and don't address it, and then it gets bigger. And then when y'all finally have an explosion, when y'all finally have difficulties, you got this plus that to add to the conversation when y'all should have been already talking about it when as soon as it happens. And yeah, it happens to the most of us because sometimes you go into work, you don't even feel it, and dealing with the kids, and you don't feel like dealing with it. Right. We come to a conversation. It's uncomfortable. Some of those conversations are uncomfortable, but they are necessary. That's necessary. And just to recap on that scripture of rage, I said age, but it's meant to say rage. I know my apostle, she'll get on me on a word quick. So I know she's going to laugh at that little part, but the lack of communication has been a problem now more than anything, especially when you have social media, everybody on Facebook, everybody over there telling how they feel on Facebook, what's going on with them. But when it comes to one-on-one, it's like dead silence. You're not talking, but y'all like,
right. That's they had that it's like to set some time. It's like just to talk, like when there's
pillow talk.
Yeah, pillow talk. Just when the like the kids aren't around, the grandkids aren't around. Just you and your spouse at home, just set aside some time just to talk. Because sometimes I think we all just need just that time, but without the phone, without appointments and all that, without family members, just to have that time.
Yeah,
just to talk
and
throughout the day.
And understanding that your mouth, especially when y'all talking to each other, it can heighten someone's mood. It can destroy
It's
it.
a
But
double-edged sword.
yeah, it's a double-edged sword. So when y'all talking with much, it's powerful. You got to understand how powerful it is, because silence, that's where the enemy involves himself in. When he can be in her ear, he can be in my ear, talking all kinds of stuff, and then next thing we know, we in a whole different place. We're not communicating. We're not loving on each other. We're not doing anything. But this is the next one for our next topic.
Lack of intimacy.
Yummies matter.
But yummies is not necessarily intimacy, though.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because it can,
You're talking like touch.
Oh
yeah. Yes.
I like that sometimes. That's how I met you.
Putting your head on your shoulder or something. You put your arm around it.
Yeah. Because sometimes when your spouse they'll lose interest and intimacy, and then you have emotional issues that's tied into that. You could be saying to yourself, "You don't like me no more." They still like me like we used to, when we was courting and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
even though that was not too long with us, but anyway.
Not only with that, like our like things change, especially with us as females. Like we have children, so certain things like on our bodies change. So sometimes we feel not as attractive as we used to. We wonder if our spouse still find us attractive.
Right.
Because we get older too. So we get older, our hair change color. I got a little dye in my hair now.
I still love you if your hair turns gray.
So different things change. Like as we just get older, and sometimes we can feel unattractive.
And when we say sex matters, also let's say if y'all have emotional issues, you have medical problems.
Right.
Even in medical problems, I mean, when you just said when we were intimacy, when we touching each other, and I'll say it in that way, and that also brings a way of intimacy. It communicates love language.
Yeah, then also when we met in our 20s, like it didn't take much to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Just bump it to me. I'm like, hey.
Intimacy first. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think sometimes when we go up in age, we realize we get those changes, but don't realize what the time is doing to us.
Right.
I'm not as
right. We're not bunnies.
But I do get a smack. Right. All that. Smack. I'm like, thank you. Another thing that in difficulties when we're dealing with infidelity. Listen, infidelity is not always physical cheating either. Right. We're our minds, our emotions are connected to this thing, and
things we watch.
You go to work talking about some work wife and no. You only got one wife, sir, and one husband, ma'am. So it's like that those games and where the enemy can come in and try to destroy that connection. He said, "Let no man put asunder." So even you need to abide by that rule. Infidelity, cheating, being on the internet, all those different things.
Like a thing that we watch.
Yeah. And that's also protecting your eye gaze, your ear gaze, things that will upset you. Even that they got this thing porno. That's a deal breaker that will destroy some things that's going on in your relationship. They got all kinds of these toys and all this other stuff, and marriage was meant between here. And when we allow outside forces to dictate what our marriage is and what we accept as a marriage, that's when we start to have problems. But infidelity, this is when you made that commitment. This is what we was talking about: waking up, snot nose, boogies, all that, dried eye, all the coughing, all that. It goes along with it. But when infidelity infiltrates inside of marriage. That's when you ever heard of three's a will, and it's like someone's coming in to investigate what y'all doing, and they are not allowed to be in that space. No one. That's even when y'all talking to somebody, communicating with others about what's going on in your marriage. No, because it opens up doors. You ain't talking to your pastor. You're not talking to your counselor. Trying to get couples counseling. No, because you do not want other influences to dictate what your marriage is going through when you're dealing with infidelity. And so, what you got?
Uh, 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 a jealousy.
Okay,
Mhm.
you jealous of me?
I don't think so.
Tell me a little bit about that.
A jealousy. It can be a lot of different things. Sometimes people are like jealous because of like their spouse might have like a better job than they do, might make more money than they do, self-esteem issues. They have self-worth issues.
Mm-hmm.
So that can happen, like in a marriage, that jealousy can happen.
And a lot of times, people that are it's like they're dealing with controlling
Mhm.
issues, anger, and being overbearing, and that's also a when it comes stem down to a lack of self-esteem.
Mhm.
You know, your spouse is not trying to be better than you.
Mm-mm.
First of all, y'all are one.
One flesh.
Y'all one flesh. So it's like you ever see a football team. They go out in the field. They go play the game. At the end of the day, win or lose, they won or lost as a team. So you and your wife, your husband and your wife are a team. There's no separation in it. So when she's having a bad day, we having a bad day because I that's.
But like Karen, jealousy is a little bit like okay, like sometimes I would like to play games. So he always most of the time win. So I feel some type of way about that. So
Oh, you talking about like she talking about Uno, y'all. She talking about Uno.
he win most of the time. 90% of the time. It's not like just the Uno. It's called what's it called? It's not just the Uno.
No mercy.
It's
called
no
it's still
mercy.
Uno.
But it's a different type of Uno.
Listen.
So
no what I do, I don't give no chaser, no nothing. But what that did was build her up to get better. And now she shows no mercy. And then I get like, you ain't give me no mercy?
I trying to give you some grace the whole time. Like, because I like you. You know what I'm saying? So give you a little grace. But since you didn't give me none now, I'm like, okay, definitely.
Listen, when y'all playing games, there is no team. I'm sorry. We ain't playing spades. When we playing spades, yes, we supposed to be vibing, but this is Uno. It says no mercy. But yeah, jealousy is ugly. It's very ugly when you doing that with someone in your house when both of y'all can benefit. That's something that we have to get better at. First of all, if she winning, I'm winning too. If I'm winning, she winning.
I am.
Yes, you are.
In games too.
Huh?
In games too.
Yep, in games too. You see how I agree? Listen, now that we go to our next one, we talk about disrespecting boundaries. Now, before y'all even met, y'all were individuals. You was her, you were you, and I was me. And as we grow together, we learn of those isms and schisms. What I like, what you like. Married couples remain distant individual, but appreciate and support each other's talents and abilities. So nobody wants to be controlled or likes to be told what to do, how to dress, where, or how to spend their money. But it's a respect factor that you have to have for each other. I agree. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I think you touched on that.
Yeah, the disrespect is boundaries where you trust your other significant. Am I that good for money, or she's that good for money? It's just that when we grew up, I wasn't there. You wasn't there. But when we got married, we were both there present. And now we have to learn how to not push each other buttons. That's one thing. And respecting you as my wife and you respecting me as my. Did I say that backwards?
Yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm human. You see that I'm human, right?
I understand what you mean.
All right. Now, another thing, I did tap on it slightly. Money problems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
That's called a big issue.
Big problem when someone's making money, and we have had circumstances when I had lost a job, when my health became a big issue. Got kidney failure, and I had to leave the job. Got the job. We got a brand new baby, and then bills were stacking up. She had a car note. I had a car note. But what I love about that story is even after I had to wait Social Security, I had to wait for all these different things. God did not let anything lack until they kicked in, and that was 7 months down the line. And God was just showing me his bread from manna is there each and every day. But money problems can separate us, especially when in controlling situations and when we're not responsible with it.
And I think that also is an issue when you don't keep God as the third strand, right, in the marriage. Like this for us, that we were already, right into the church and all that. So I think that really helped us a lot with our faith and our journey. Because if we didn't have God in the midst of that, it probably would have been pretty chaotic.
Some of the money problems come with your partner. You might want to spend some money,
not be responsible, right?
And then you want to. I want to save it. Those are things y'all have to talk about, and different ideas of how y'all can invest as a couple. Now you see this economy now. What we're dealing with and what we're going through, and most of us have to tighten up on what we're doing. But it's essential when we are trying to come together and do the right thing. We both deal with money things. She got bills, I have bills, but we all have bills the same. We're gonna add anything to that?
I think that was good. It was good.
Yeah, because when we come together, it's when y'all come together, we all have difficulties. There's some things that she does I don't like. It is something, but talking about it is definitely a factor when it bothers you and it irks you to the core. Same her. She cleans the house like crazy. I'm more of the I'm gonna pick it up eventually type. But when soon as she see it, it's like, I'm like, okay. I like I'm not gonna do it, but I just try to do something to not piss her off as much. I try to clean it best I can. Don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
You try to clean as best you can.
Yeah, I try to do my best I can. But essentially, as couples, we all deal with every difficulty you can think of, from sex, from infidelity, from trust issues, money issues. We that's what's building our character. Yes, we are two people, but the Bible claims that we are one. And as you go through life, and as each and every day, learn to cherish each other. Tomorrow's not even promised, and we always, look like at the lack of communication, jealousy, and disrespecting boundaries. But each day is a gift.
Yeah, then we also have to just to keep in mind, but it takes time and just to work on these things. It's not going to happen in one night or 1 week. It takes time, just to work on different issues. So just continue just to work on it.
15 years in, 30 years in, you still haven't say got it, because you could get familiar and forget all this, and it goes out the window. Then you see another person in the street, and then you all going back at each other. It can happen that quick, and then you be like, wait a minute, I did like her. She did like me, but we deal with those difficulties as they come. but we learn to get better and do better.
And also, like seek counsel, from your pastor, from like a counselor, a licensed counselor. Like there's nothing wrong with seeking help. Like that's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
It will help like just to strengthen you both. They're not going to take sides. To help you both come to like a common ground. To help you work on those issues. To help you have almost a better like this marriage.
Let me put a pin in. Also, Facebook is not help.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seek everything you want off on Google is not always help. You need those essential tools because everyone has just influence season where everybody want to be influenced. People just grab it off of the internet and then try to put it to their marriage. Your marriage is not my marriage, and my marriage is not your marriage. Mm-hmm. So we have to learn to how to love each other, how to respect each other, and it doesn't come from off of social media. We have to do the work. We have to do the work. And if it's a love section, you need to learn how to love them, how to cherish them, bring your own gifts, do the things that y'all used to do when y'all first got into the marriage. If it's
back to
dating.
To date nights.
Mm-hmm. She'll come up, pull my chain, be like, when we're going to go back to the hotel or something like that. And, sometimes my mom trying to save some money. We got a whole bed right there, but, go date nights, a movie, something, to get out the norm, because this is norm. Going into the bed, that's the normal thing. But do something outside of it, so boredom don't come into the marriage, and we just gotta learn. We still learning. We ain't master every one of them. It's not a level to this. We're human. We always have to deal with things as it comes. So I'm glad and I'm thankful that we are learning as you're learning and bringing up different types of different situations. Yes, we are real people and we deal with different things. But I thank God. Because without Him, this wouldn't be possible. So remember, keep God in your lives. Y'all need it in the marriage. Hey, listen, I want y'all to join us on Facebook on our page. We got a Facebook page, Rekindling the Fire Marriage Ministry, and we will love to hear your comments. Join the page and share with others. Because we do want to hear what y'all got going on, because everyone has a story, and when we don't know all the stories, we don't have the Bible of relationships, but we know that we are others and dealing with things out there, and what better place to come to Rekindling the Fire Marriage Ministry. Hey, this is an update on February the 14th, 2026. We are having a marriage conference. Yes, get on the page. The flyers on there. The tickets are $85. And when y'all come, you look at it. We got awesome speakers this coming. Dr. Virginia Booth and Dr. William Booth. Explosive. They've been married over 30 some years. They got a lot of wisdom behind them. Please jump on the page and we hopefully see y'all soon. Yes. I'm Pastor Lamar. This is my wife. Mr. Jessica Jones. Listen, see y'all next week, and hopefully y'all stay together and pray together and love together. Yes. Have a blessed evening. See y'all soon. Bye.